Hey guys, Chris here from Axel Advanced. As you guys have probably been seeing for the last month, we've been teasing the release of our Generation 2 RAC Links, which you can see right here. And this Friday, they're dropping. Now these are for the Comtech 7s, and we'll go ahead and get to installing them. But real quick, a lot of you guys have been asking, why? Why Generation 2 and why now? To keep it brief, this started as us making Generation 1 RAC Links for the Comtech 7s due to customer request and other reasons. But after some design and work from our team, we found out really quickly that not only did the Generation 1 RAC Link design not work for the Comtech 7s, but after also taking into account years of input and complaints about the Generation 1s, we decided that it was time to design and release a second generation of the RAC Link system. So that's what's happening this Friday. They're coming out, and let's get to go ahead and show you how they work. We already have the amp arms taken apart as shown here. Per usual, you do want to remind you guys that the gimbals and springs with these things are not provided by us. They can only be given from Gentex, and so in the case of a spring failure, springs being lost, we cannot provide these. So make sure you do not lose these or mess these up, and we'll show a trick how to install these better. All right, so set these aside real quick. Get the RAC links. And per usual, this will be our screws, our hubs, and our tubes. Go ahead and take these posts, slap them in there, like so. Good trick is to use a screwdriver to get them secure. There we go. Like so. Okay. Going to take the tubes out. Tube in the gimbal, and then slowly, carefully put the spring right there on top of the gimbal. And then what I would suggest highly, put the screw in partially, and then go ahead and make sure you have a filled head screw. That way we're going to go from here, undo it a little bit, and then retighten. That spring will have a tendency to get out, so as you're screwing it in, recommend getting whatever screw post you have laying around, or screwdriver head, and just slowly push it down as you're screwing it in. Resecure it as you go, so that way it doesn't strip the spring. Awesome. Now these are put together. To put these on the headset, it's much easier than Generation 1s. All you have to do is make sure your orientation is correct. So we'll go ahead and grab our ear cup for the right side. And all you gotta do is, for these, is snap them on. Snap them in nice and tight, and it has a much secure fit, and it's just as easy to take them off. And as for the mic, unlike the last generation, there is no mic-specific mic arms. For all the Peltors, it's one universal arm, and all you gotta do is, whether it's for the newer or older generation mic arms, take your mic post, as like so. Make sure your orientation, everything's correct with it, and snap it in. We'll go and plug it in with the headset. And voila, it's that easy to put it in. When your helmet's ready, snap them on in, put on this SF helmet we got going on. And like that, we have a fully assembled RAC Link system, much easier than the last generation. And also, if you ever want to take these off without having to take off the helmet, pull it apart, unplug your mic, and your headset's off, without having to remove or undo the RAC Link system. Much better, and we're excited for you guys to get your hands on it. Now before we end, a lot of you guys have been asking, for the Comtech 7s, well, what about the rest of the Peltor line? Well, good news for you guys. Along with the Generation 2 for the Comtech 7s, we are releasing the P+. We have these shown with the Comtech 6s, and unlike having to do a Peltor 3 and 5 specific version, or a Comtech 6 specific version, these work across everything. So your 2s, your 3s, 5s, 6s, XPs, and XPIs will all work with this universal system. And as mentioned with the Comtech 7 RAC Links, it doesn't matter what mic arm you have, it will work all across the board. We're excited for you guys to get your hands on these. As for pricing information, stay tuned for that. We'll be sending an email out Friday along our page. Stay tuned for updates. See you guys in the next one.